was about a week later, they started coming around and doing this thing to the brain. All of us in this ward were supposed to get it done. And then they came around and did it one at a time, one a night. I was one of the last, you see, so I could see quite clearly what they were doing to the others. And they'd come around with this, look, I don't know what it was, but it just looked like big pincers with wires on it. And when the wires were attached to a wee machine, that was electric. And they'd have to hold the man down. And this chief, like a chief doctor, I guess, he'd set up the pincers so they were like earphones. And he'd set them on either side of the man's skull. And there was another man holding the machine, and he'd turn it on. And the doctor would just he'd just stick them on the skull and keep it there, you know. And then he'd take it off. And they'd just cover the guy up and leave him there, and they wouldn't touch him till later on. Some of them put up a fight. And most of them didn't. They just lay there. And then they were coming round to me. Like the night they came, I stood up against the wall and they're telling me to get back on the bed. Because I knew if they did it to me when I was standing up, they could break my spine. So I stood up and the two of them came for me then, you know. Like I was younger then, I was much stronger than I am now. I was quite strong then. And I led one out and had the other one around the throat. And all of a sudden this chief just sticks it on my skull. Like I knew he wasn't supposed to do that when I was standing up. Anyway, he did it, all right? And I got out of that place. Yeah, I got out. And I couldn't walk very well. And it's not that my spine was damaged, no, that was perfectly all right. I just couldn't think very well, you know, my thoughts were all slow and I couldn't get it together. I could never get it together, you know. And then the trouble was I couldn't hear what people were saying. You see, I couldn't look to the right or to the left. I could only look straight in front of me. Because if I turned my head around, I couldn't stay upright. And then I had these headaches. I used to just sit in my room. And that was when I was living with my mother and my brother. He's younger than me. And I'd lay everything out in order in the room. Everything that I knew was mine. Anyway, I feel much better now. I don't talk to people anymore. I stay clear of places like the cafe. I never go into them anymore. I don't talk to anyone like that. I've often thought of going back there to try to find the man that did that to me. But there's something I want to do first. I just want to build that shed out in the garden.